All right, so in today's Patreon exclusive tutorial, I'm going to show you how I made this animation. It's totally procedural. This is not, you're seeing, well, you'll see, it's hard for me to describe without actually showing you, but this is a wave texture, and it's a really cool procedural method to create this really cool effect. And it has quite a few use cases, so let's go in and learn how to do that. So this works in most of the Blender versions, but we're going to be using the latest one, Blender 2.9.0. So I'm going to take my icosphere, I'm going to subdivide them, and I'm going to subdivide them all the way to 10. I want it to be as smooth as possible, because if it's low poly, you'll see that in the texture. So I'm going to go add a tab here. I'm going to go here to wireframe view, click right over there. I'm going to go back into tab, I'm going to hit Shift D, bring that in just like that. And then I'm going to Shift D again and bring one way down here, like that. So what that allowed me to do was keep one icosphere, and in tab, when you duplicate stuff, it just keeps it in the same geometry. It's less control, but I think it's really cool and it's really fun to do. And if you didn't know how to do that, now you know how to do that. So let's go on over here, switch it to Eevee, and turn on bloom. That's really the only thing we need. The world brightness, we're gonna bring that to black. Let's go here, get a new material, all the way down here to settings, blend mode, make it alpha blend. That's so that we can activate that transparency node that we're about to go in and implement. So let's go over here to shading, and I'm going to press that. I'm going to hit the period key so we kind of see everything, and again, we have our three pieces. I'm going to go ahead and delete the principled. I'm going to get Shift A and add in a mix, and we're just going to add an emission and a transparent. So I'm going to get that mix here, TRA, transparent, put that on the top, and the emission on the bottom. I'm not sure if that is if that matters, but I believe it does from the last time I worked on it. Now we're going to add a color ramp to crunch in that wave texture we're going to put in next. So let's put that color into the factor, wave texture, and if you have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled, it comes with Blender by default. Just check that out in the preferences, Control T, object coordinate, and now we are set to go and start manipulating this wave texture. So go here on the color ramp from linear to constant so that those rings have a hard edge. I'm going to bring my scale down. This right here is totally up to your preference. Doesn't really matter. And then we can keep it pretty thin. And then you can change the color of your emission. I like a light blue, and then we'll just bring up that strength, get a nice glow on it. So how do you animate this? That would be done with the waves phase offset, just like this. And the way to loop it, it's, as far as I'm aware, there's not really a mathematical way to do it. There probably is, but I haven't touched that. I do it in a more visual way in terms of looping the animation. So I'm going to bring up a timeline, click that. Now I'm just going to keep it at 250 frames. So we're actually going to crunch that down to like less than 80 frames. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to the phase offset, insert keyframe, go to the end, and this is, I think this is 10 seconds or 5 seconds. So I'm just going to phase something like that. Right now we're just animating to see how fast our animation is going to be, not how long it's going to be. So now I'm not mad at this. This is really just to show you guys the use case. So now we're gonna have to eyeball the looping manner of this. So I'm gonna hit the tilde key, and I'm going to turn off bloom as well so I can see exactly where it's being placed. So we're here, kind of eyeball, we want it to loop again, so I'm just going to go here and say maybe it stops. Let's see, so we're going to go and say it stops somewhere around here at frame 43. So we'll go here to end and hit 43. Now this is probably not where it loops. This is where we kind of mess with it. So if I press play, oh, look at that, I nailed it. No, I didn't. One frame weird. So maybe let's do 44. Let's see if that does it. That does it worse, so we're going to do 42. I bet you it's 42. Yep, there we go, 42. So now we'll go back here to bloom, and we have a looping, linear, cool animation. It does this fun stuff. This could be like a really cool CRT effect, a HUD effect. And again, you can play with that scale. Everything loops now. It's super cool. It's really fun. It's very MoGraphy. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. You can have some I say fund way too much. That's usually because I'm running out of words to say. But yeah, it is a really cool striking effect animation, and you can just do all kinds of stuff, add this material to a different model, it'll behave the same way, and it should loop. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed this one. I'm planning to make another one before the end of this month. Going to crunch in one more. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.